Hello friends and neighbors, and welcome to What the Heck Did DK Buy at the Auction? It's Saturday. We go to auctions on Saturday. Check it out. That's a torsion clock. I think they're very, very cool. And in the drive home it broke, and then I got to fix it. I should have filmed it, but I didn't know anything about fixing torsion clocks. But I figured it out. That came from the auction, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about why in the world did I buy that? Well, I did check it out and it kinda works, but it's gonna need some help. So let's take it over to the work area and see what we can do to make it work better. Okay, so let's talk for a minute. First of all, I don't know how to play an accordion, and I don't know that much about them other than they're kind of a reed organ where the bellows will blow air through a reed which makes sound. So we have two banks. I think this bank probably plays chords of some sort, and it appears to work. And this does, I don't know what this does. This button does something, but I don't know what it does. And then there's a rolly switch down here that does something. I don't know what that does. But this other side is piano keys, and it makes a little bit of sound but a lot of blowing air noise. That key just gives me air, that key gives me air. That one gives me a little bit of sound and mostly air. So we definitely got something wrong on the piano side, and there's the sounds of things rattling around inside. So I'm going to guess that those things rattling around inside probably have a lot to do with why this accordion isn't working. Yeah, I'm not an accordion technician. I don't claim to be one, but the man who used to own this building and actually built this building, believe it or not, his name was Ed Kos, short for Kosova, who's I believe of Czech heritage, and he used to teach people how to play music. He was an accordion instructor, and then his sons took over the business, and his grandson took over the business, and his grandson's actually a cool dude who played a punk rock show with me and my band. But let's break into this and see if we can't figure out why it doesn't whatever it's supposed to. And this key doesn't seem to go down right, and it kind of pulls this out. So I'm going to take this apart and we're going to see what we see. Okay, so we're into this part, and this just looks like when you press a key it lifts a cover on what would be the reed. Okay, that's cool. But obviously that doesn't explain why, I'm just getting wind out of that hole and no sound. And then I'm like looking at this going, okay, how do I get it apart further? And it looks like these pins that are here will pull out. I gave them a little bit of a pry, and it looks like they pull out, which I was figuring I was going to be dealing with screws or something, but I guess not. And that's apparently what attaches the bellows to the side here. So let's pull the pins and see what's on the other side. And, well, there's your problem. It looks like the assembly with the reeds was put together with some kind of... It feels like wax. It feels like wax. And I'm going to guess that this waxy substance got into warm weather and it melted. So I have reeds. Lots of reeds. They're everywhere. Now I guess I need to figure out which note they play. So I've got a few in place. Like, let's see, I've got 1, 2, these are kind of in place. A few of these have slipped off the center. But I think it's going to be a matter to get this to work again. I'm going to have to get these flaps to lay flat again and want to seal. And then I'm going to have to figure out what makes what note and glue it back down, I guess. There's a lot of reeds in here. Can I blow in them or what? I don't know how to activate them. Oh, yeah, well I guess you blow in one side and it blows in the reed, right? Let's see. Oh, that doesn't do it. Or is it? Or does it? I don't know. I wish I knew what I was doing. But that's okay. I think I can figure this out. We at least figured out why it's not working. Now we have to see about how to put it back together. Some of this waxy crap seems to have blocked off the reeds and clogged it up, but what kind of glue is this? Good geesh. Okay. We'll sort this out. Here are the pieces to my puzzle. All of the reeds that fell off. There still are a few more that didn't fall off. This glue stuff really does seem like wax. So if I'm going to guess, somebody stored this in an attic, and before the wax could cool and harden, they tried to play on the treble side and blew all the reeds off. It seems like most of the reeds have the leather flaps, with the exception of these two, which I'm going to bet are the highest pitch. So, yeah. So apparently what I'm going to get to do is, you know, reassemble things. I'm going to have to put some of these reeds back into position because they've obviously slid out. You can't see it at that angle. Probably. Let's see. So some of these have slid out, where they're like out, and obviously they need to seal over the box. So I'm thinking that this is wax. Sure feels like it. It would respond to a heat gun of some sort, and we could warm it up and reposition the reeds that have just slipped, and then try to reassemble our puzzle. I can determine the note of these by drawing air through them. Usually, I think I can. Like I can put them up to my mouth and draw air. Hey, make a sound, right? So at least I know what pitch that reed is, and I can analyze it with some kind of tuning device that would tell me what note that is. Then I'll know, and I can put it in the right place. So that's my plan anyway. Some of these are hard to get them to sound. It takes a lot of air pressure, especially on the lower ones. And some of these I just don't have the lungs to draw on. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to try to piece together this puzzle over the next few days. But yeah, this is another case of what did I get myself into. Between this and the earth amplifier, I got my work cut out for me. I'm not giving up on the earth amp, by the way. Some positive news in that story. So we'll get back to that. We'll look at that in the next few days. But I figured I'd show you a few of the goodies we got at the auction. There were some other things. One of them will probably show up later. It's some kind of volt-ohm meter, and it plugs directly into the wall as opposed to a battery, which I like that because I don't like batteries. I am tired of putting batteries in things. After a bajillion children's toys, you get sick of batteries. So we're going to check if that works, and I'll see about reassembling this puzzle. But whoever's watching, if you know about accordions, again, I don't, and I know this is a very entry-level accordion. This is not a high-end, beautiful, wonderful. Lawrence Welk wouldn't have wanted this. This would be the thing that they would sell in Lawrence Welk's infomercial to get children started playing accordion. I know that. but I just want to fix it to prove that I can fix it, because I mean the pieces parts are here, and I'm not sure if this really is wax or what kind of glue that is, or what this is. So if anybody can tell me, that would be helpful. So thanks for watching, and we'll see about, you know, piecing this puzzle together and see if we can get this to play. It's not like I'm going to be able to play you a polka, but if I can make every key make sound, it'll at least bring a smile to my face for 10 minutes. Heck, I got that torsion clock working today. That made me happy.